the live stream tonight because of the presidential debates. I know a lot of people will be watching them, at least here in the United States anyway. Dumbest mistake. You can't call it dumb. Sometimes you don't know about things you don't know. There's some freaky fruits that I had not tried until I arrived in Hawaii. And, sometimes you just don't know what you don't know, obviously. That's a very wise statement. People that have a new X-T2, I know you have a few lenses, or, you've got a few and you want a few. But there is an enormous... Now, some people just absolutely hate manual focus, period, regardless. You really should teach yourself manual focus. It's not that hard. It's somewhat hard if you have a shallow depth of field, like on a DSLR. But with focus peaking, it is a child can learn how to accurately focus a f1.2 lens with proper focus peaking set. You got red focus peaking, blue and white, and you can set it for high or low. I always set it for high for obvious reasons. A $12 adapter like this. This is the Metabones. This isn't the $12 one, but the $12 adapter. All you need is two of them, which would be, say, $24. Yeah, real expensive. I'd recommend like a Nikon F to Fuji X, or a M42, which is like a screw mount Pentax adapter, to Fuji X. You have no idea. You have no clue. Most Fuji owners just don't. I mean, I know a lot do. You just have no idea what $100 will buy you. Let's take a $100 scenario here, okay? $100 will get you two adapters, one for Nikon, one for M42 mount, and that's where the best manual focus lenses are. Okay, so that's $24, so we spent a quarter of the $100. That remaining $100 will easily get you 3-4 lenses. If you play your cards right, it'll get you 5 lenses. So let's say 4 lenses and 2 adapters for $100, and I'm talking really amazing lenses. I've already mentioned a lot of them. Just really cheap lenses. There are some more to mention that I'll be going over this week, starting tomorrow. Like really, really awesome lenses that are built like a tank, that are just stupid cheap. I mean, stupid cheap. Made beyond perfection. You have to manually focus. Well, I bought my X-T2 for speed, or my X-T1. Fine, that's what you have your Fujifilm lenses for. I know you're making a stupid mistake by not allowing yourself to look and to see while you're focusing in, double thinking, instead of just click, 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 thinking about lighting, thinking about where you want the depth of field to fall. Nikon currently, and Fuji currently, and Canon, and Sony, they don't make these really fascinating old bokeh lenses that like have soap bubble bokeh, or just amazing creamy renderings. And these lenses are insanely cheap, and they are just made tougher than woodpecker lips. All of you Fuji owners are cutting yourself short. I mean, it's like, oh, I'm saving up $400 for like the 23mm f2. That's fine. How about you set aside a separate fund for $100? It's like, well, what's $100 going to get me for my Fuji? It'll get you a lot. It'll get you a gigantic bucket of awesome. 2 adapters. And this way, when you go to like pawn stores and flea markets, and you see those old freaky deaky lenses that I was like, well, I got no camera that those will mount onto, It's like, no. Make sure that they're free and clear of fungus and haze. Pay somebody $10. The people at the pawn stores and the flea markets, they know those are crusty old lenses. But since I've wised a lot of people up as to how some of these lenses can make incredible images, people are looking for those lenses. And you can get these for like $10 a piece. The best scenario is like you spend $24 on 2 adapters, okay, and then you know, at $10 a pop on some of these old ass lenses. I'm not talking about old damn Vivitars. I'm talking about old Pentax lenses and some of these, you know, $20 Zeiss lenses that I've been talking about. You know, with $100 you could get as much as 6 lenses and 2 adapters. Like 6 really cool lenses and 2 adapters. Yeah, you know, not everything has to be speed. Who gives a damn if they're manual focus? The focus peaking on your XT2 or your XT1 or your XC1 blah 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 X Pro 2, you know, it's awesome. You know, it's not meant for, you know, squirrels on crack. You're not going to use those lenses for tracking squirrels on crack or race cars coming around the turn. You know? Stop. Get the autofocus bug that's sitting in your brain, taking a gigantic dump inside your brain. Autofocus, autofocus, autofocus. Get that out of your brain. Manual focus with focus peaking is so easy. And there are a lot of really awesome lenses that are really damn cheap. And you're cutting yourself short. This is the biggest stupid mistake every Fuji owner is making. They really are. You know? Even if you have every Fuji lens, which most of you certainly don't, you know? I've got all of them but 3. The 3 that I don't want, I don't own them because I don't want them. The 18mm, the 23mm 1.4, and the 100 to 400. I don't want those lenses at all. I've tested them. I don't want them. There are some other rare oddball lenses that I'm always keeping my eye out for. Most of which I already have. They're so much fun to use on the Fuji. Like that old Takumar 50mm 1.4. Do you know how awesome that lens is? That is heralded by many people as one of the top 10 best lenses ever made. It's certainly the best value. I mean, they've been selling for $40 since forever or less. I mean, those lenses made in the late 60s are the tits. They are the pinnacle of Japanese quality manufacture. They're built like a tank. They render images just heavenly. Fuji has no lens like it in current production. Neither does Nikon, neither does Canon. Nobody has it, you know? Buy yourself a $12 adapter and one of those awesome lenses and expand the horizon of your Fuji camera. You know, it's like, well, I love my Fuji, and it's well, why not enjoy it a lot more? It's like, here's my Fuji camera, and here's this little autofocus lens. Well, isn't that fine? How about you take your enjoyment from this to this? Now, some people are just dead set against manual focus, and I think they have a screw loose, and I think they're kind of like the little spoiled kid that like doesn't want to eat a freaky food he's never eaten before, and it turns out that the kid eats it and now it's his favorite food. I think most of you are like that. I'm not calling you children, but maybe I am. A lot of people that refuse to do that. I think you're like the little child that you know, sees some sort of new food and like, I don't want it. Why not? It looks weird. I've never, you know. Just try it, you know. Broaden your horizons a little bit. Buy a $12 adapter. Get some of those really awesome $20 lenses that are just incredible. It makes photography enjoyable too. I mean, you just click, zoom, zoom, click, zoom, click. Slow down. You know, experience the paintbrush of the awesome. Some of these old lenses that have not been made for 30 years plus, 40 years, 50 years. They render beautiful images. They are unique and divine. I uploaded some donut bokeh images. They're the most boring images in the world. Everybody's been looking at them and staring at them. The images that I uploaded of the donut bokeh, they suck. The images themselves, they suck, but everybody loved looking. I mean, just thousands and thousands of people were looking at it and loving it. Most horrible, boring image imaginable, but people loved it because the bokeh out of that mirror lens is sublime. And it's the same thing when I show people like beautiful soap bubble bokeh out of one of those freaky deaky old lenses that like the rangefinder people don't want me talking about, because when I talk about it, then that means they're secret lenses that they like keep secrets to themselves. The price goes and they don't like me for that. They want those lenses to stay cheap. They want all the normal autofocus people to stay stupid about those lenses. They do. They've even told me that. And I know for a fact that's exactly what they want. They want you to stay stupid about awesome old lenses. They don't like that secret getting out. That's not a conspiracy. That's a hardcore fact. They don't want that information getting out there. They don't want you to know that, because once that happens, the price on eBay goes and they hate that. They hate it because there is no more being made. There's limited supply. The people that have it, that know how great it is, they ain't going to sell it. The supply just keeps going. So, experience the awesome, expand your horizons for God's sakes, and get yourself an adapter. Preferably a Nikon to Fuji X and an M42 screw mount to a Fuji X adapter. $12 each. Okay? Bye.